Hello, Grant Harrington, broker, John L. Scott Real Estate, Mukilteo, coming at you today. Recently, about 3 different times, I had prospective clients that I was talking to about buying homes. They asked me, so Grant, are there any deals in the marketplace? There's very little inventory, and it seems like all the houses fly off the market right off the bat these days. But are there any deals out there? Where are the deals? Where are the deals to be had? And here's the thing: there are deals in the marketplace. They're out there. And I'm here in one of my most favorite neighborhoods today, down here at 1316 Rucker in the northwest neighborhood of Everett, right by Grand Avenue, right by the Port of Everett. And I'm here. I'm going to go ahead and tour this house. This house here is the type of deal that you can get these days. What a lot of people don't know, or a lot of people don't understand, is when interest rates go up, even though if they go up from, they went up from 3 to 8% for residential mortgages for you, the home buyer, for somebody who's going to live in the house. Well, if they go up that much for you, they almost go up double for construction or house flippers or contractors. So their cost of money to flip a house or to just do construction work has almost doubled. So theirs may have gone from 10% for short-term money to 20 or even 30% for that same type of money. So there's a lot there. What we're going to see is you can find some houses, some unfinished flip houses, or just some unfinished houses that you may be able to gobble up at a really good price. And the part to it is we get a lot of questions. We get like, well, I don't have cash for that house, or I can't finish it out. Well, that's where we bring into rehab loans or rehabilitation loans, or that are available. There's both FHA 203K rehab loans. There are conventional rehabilitation loans for houses, which are right there for you. The interest rates aren't even much different than a standard conforming loan. So the deals that are to be had out there these days are what I like to call unfinanceable houses, where your standard lending, your standard FHA conventional conforming loans are not going to be available for these houses because there's something wrong with them. So just because you're willing to pay $800,000 for a house doesn't always mean that the bank is willing to lend on that house. It has to meet not just value. It doesn't have to meet just value considerations, but also has to have certain standards to it. And a lot of times we're going to find a lot of unfinished houses, or houses that just don't meet those requirements. And so a lot of people think, oh, hey, they're not financeable, I can't get a loan on that house. Well, that's not true. So I'm going to take you guys through a house right now. I'm going to kind of flip the phone around, and I'm here at 1316 Rucker. Absolutely adorable. And it's hard. It is really, really hard to find houses here in downtown, in the northwest neighborhood of Everett, for under $800,000 to be able to get into. So let's head on in. What does this look like? Oh, wow. Okay. So we have some really cute, ornate workings, but everybody's like, hey, Grant, it's kind of missing a few things there. Yeah, it might be. Some people think you might need some walls, might need a railing, probably could use a bathroom. And, people like to cook, so it could probably also use a kitchen somewhere in here. And I know a lot of people are thinking right now, oh man, I'd love to be able to do that, but I can't. Well, that's not the case. You can, with rehab loans or rehabilitation loans, you can not just borrow the cost of the house, but you also can borrow the cost of construction to be able to finish these things out. Or let's say that you've got a roof that doesn't meet code, or the foundation might need a little bit of fixing, then you can borrow based on the cost of the house plus the cost of construction. And then the next thing that a lot of people think is, well, Grant, I don't do construction. I'm all hands and I'm definitely not handy. So who's going to do this work? Well, the good news is you with all rehab loans, rehab projects, you have to hire a general contractor who has to sign off on everything and to do the work. So that way, because what the bank is lending on is the bank is going to lend on the property. So let's say that the house is $600,000. Well, they base their initial lending on that. Then a general contractor goes out, does all the plans and construction on, and puts all the plans and the specs and fills out a ton of paperwork. It says, okay, here's how much all this is going to cost, and here's the timeline of getting this done. And so let's say that comes out to $200,000. Now there's also a reserve budget in there. So they take an extra $20,000 or $30,000 and they put it into a budget in case you go over. And so now your starting number is probably $800,000 to $820,000. So then you're like, well, where am I going to live, Grant? I can't live in that house for, 6 months while it's being constructed. Well, in some instances, in some circumstances, you can also borrow monthly payments to help so you can get during that period of time. So these homes are very accessible. This house here is probably, right now it's listed at $575,000. Probably needs $150,000, $200,000 in construction costs to get it all finished out and everything. And so that probably, that puts you, $675,000, $800,000 at that point. Probably takes 6 months, 5-6 months to do the completion. Now, I'm not a general contractor, so don't quote me on all of this. But then you're probably looking, so you're looking at 875 as kind of a starting figure on something like that. Or sorry, not 875. Sorry, 775, 800,000 is kind of your initial borrowing place for this. But this property here, probably after it's all finished and all said and done, you're probably looking at a value of $900,000 to $950,000. Is that. So there's your deal. And we're going to start to see more and more of these types of properties coming to the market. And for you, the home buyer, especially if you're not in a hurry, you don't have to sell tomorrow, and you got a place to live for 3, 4, 5, 6 months. These are the types of properties, if you want a deal, these are the types of properties that we should be looking at. And these are the types of properties where you can get some built-in equity. The key is you have to get started early. You have to get pre-approved with a lender who actually knows how to do a rehab loan. You have to have a general contractor that you trust and that will be able to do the paperwork, to be able to get quotes on things out to you sooner than later. Okay, so that's where we're at in the marketplace these days. No, there probably are not very many good deals right now to be had on fully finished, beautiful homes that just come to market. And if you are looking to sell a house right now, then get it to market. Because if you are waiting to get your house to market, then your next door neighbor or the house 3 doors down is going to determine what you can sell your property for. Right now, if there's no homes for sale in your neighborhood, you determine the market. Okay? But if you are looking for a deal and you're more concerned about neighborhood, you're more concerned about, but time is not of the essence, then give me a call. And there's some deals to be had. Make sure that, when I was doing home loans, I did a lot of 203K rehab loans. Nowadays, though, they actually have conforming conventional rehab loans. So it's really important to find lenders and mortgage people who know what they're talking about with these things and know how to do them so they can get them done in a timely fashion. But otherwise, give me a call, 425-772-8395, and I'll do my best to see about finding you a deal. Thank you very much.